I'm sorry.
That was okay. Y'all, I don't went live. Did I go live? Oh, I forgot to do a little bit. My bad, y'all.
Oh, hi, boy.
Anita, your favorite diva, and I'm back. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let the diva know you stopped by. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. If this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back, Diva Squad. And so I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It knew what it was, and it delivered just that. I'm doing a trailer reaction. And on Nita the Diva's channel. What is up, YouTube? What is up? It is your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back with my girl Moochie. It is only befitting that we cover the Wendy Williams documentary again,
Yes.
because if you don't remember, go back 3 years ago, we covered the very first documentary on Lifetime as well.
Yes.
So got my girl Moochie with me, and we're here, and we are here to talk about is some things. We're gonna have to get into some things. Now, this is not a play by play. This is not a it's not that type of party. We're just gonna have a discussion. We're gonna be breaking it down. Really just our thoughts on a lot of the things that was going on in the situation. I'm really gonna be asking Moochie how she felt about certain people. Y'all remember I have a poll listed, and the poll question is, do you think this documentary was exploitative of Wendy?
Mm.
I want to know yay or nay. We're going to get into some things. So that's one of the I definitely want to put a trigger warning out there, because we are going to be discussing some very very heavy topics. We're going to be talking about dementia. We're going to be talking about um, just memory loss. We're going to be talking about, family issues, alcoholism, addiction, all of the things. So I definitely want to put that trigger warning out there, because I I welled up a couple of times in this particular documentary.
I
This was
did too.
it wasn't flattering at all. This was
Mm-mm.
like the real nitty gritty. This is like her fall from grace.
Yeah.
And it made me sad. It made me terribly sad. And so yeah, we are going to get into it. Moochie, I want to get your overall opinion, how you felt about it. Did it make you sad? You couldn't watch it all at one time?
No, I
You
couldn't
could?
watch it all at one time. It was very hard to look at
Yeah.
because I feel like the people around her, but I'll wait till you get there. But
Mhm.
I just don't like the people around her.
Yes. Hey, Zia. Let me speak to the people in the chat. Hey, Rashonda, Inga. Michelle is in the building. Zia, RD, Samara. Or Samara, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Hey, Rika. I love being natural. That's my BFF, y'all. All right, y'all. So we are going to be talking about the things. So the first thing that's kind of let's get to this diagnosis. Um, just recently, right before the documentary came out, because we already knew the documentary was coming out, she got a diagnosis of front temporal dementia and aphasia, and they keep on
Mm-hmm.
saying it's the same thing that Bruce Willis has.
Right.
So I definitely we definitely knew that something wasn't right. We knew something wasn't right from the Statue of Liberty. That was the first sign that we knew something was terribly wrong with Wendy.
I could agree with that.
Right, right. So we know we got Norman always sitting in the back trying
Yeah.
to,
Feeding her the
jog her memory,
story.
give her the words, give her everything that she needs and stuff, because it was slipping. It was slipping.
Yeah, he was feeding her the words. I get what you're saying.
Yes, yes. And so I actually I want to talk about um some of the discourse that I've been seeing on Twitter. Just overall, do y'all think this is Wendy's karma? How do you feel about that, Muji?
I understand when you say that, and I've even said that out of my mouth. But you know how when you know, I'd be like, Dad, I did say karma, but I ain't think it was gonna hit her hard like this.
Right, right.
And it makes you feel sorry for the person.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I mean,
I know. I
if
know.
you have any sort of humanity about yourself.
Yeah, yeah. The whole thing is that I felt like I don't like to hear people say that it's her karma because a lot of times when people say karma, karma is just the universe working, and it could be good karma, but most people think about it being bad karma.
I I actually said it when she said the whole thing about Tabitha Brown.
Oh.
When she said that comment, where I was like, "Yo, this lady don't bother nobody. She
Mhm.
keep talking. She's always speaking positivity into the air." And I just thought, like, why you even messing with this woman?
Yeah.
That shouldn't even been a conversation because you're messed up about your situation. So
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. To a certain extent, like I said, I don't feel like it's karma. I feel like she was doing her job.
yeah,
She was providing commentary.
I agree. If it
Um,
wasn't for her, a lot of people wouldn't be doing what they doing now.
exactly, exactly. And of course, sometimes your commentary is not going to be the best. It's not going to always shine the light on the person in the best light. And
Hmm.
and she was very polarizing like that. She was, what is that? What's that white guy that's like a shock jock? I felt
Howard
like,
Stern.
yes, she was like our Howard Stern, and she would say the things that wouldn't nobody else say.
Oh yeah.
But now we're on the internet, and people are saying dumb shit every day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just is what it is. It's par for the course, and I don't want to I don't want to look at it like that at this point. I might have, been okay with somebody saying that, but at this point, I just don't feel like it's working like that. I just feel like she's made some bad choices
Hmm.
that has affected her, and yeah. And so as we get into it, let's talk about that. She's made some bad choices, and I think we definitely have to look at some personal accountability when it comes to Wendy. Um, she made some bad choices. And first of all, I believe that husband was the overall demise of her.
Yeah, that was the catalyst to all of this.
Exactly, where she just kept spiraling and spiraling and spiraling, and she just could not. Her heart was broken. And the
Mm.
thing is that she didn't have friends. Admittedly, she said you can't have friends when you're doing this type of commentary. You can't be talking about these people are your friends and then you sitting up there dragging them down to the internet every day. So she understood that, and so she did not have a lot of friends, but she always thought she would have her family, her husband, even though he was out there spreading it wide and loose.
Hmm.
Had this whole 15-year relationship, got this woman pregnant, had a whole family across town, and that was the catalyst. And she just probably always thought she was going to have Kevin, and then she kind of became an empty nester at the same time. Her son was going to college and stuff,
Yeah.
and so she didn't have anybody. To her, it felt like she had lost everything. And so it was just sad. It was kind of sad. So she did say a couple of times in the documentary that she was lonely. It felt like she didn't even want to say it. The producer, the person who was doing the documentary, they was like, "Are you lonely?" And she was just like, and it was just sad. It was
It the whole that's the thing. It was like in a way it's exploitation, but Wendy still might come to and have her moments of wits where she could show the world, look, I'm being taken advantage of. So you
mhm,
could look at it as that way too.
mhm. Exactly. Her relationship with alcohol caused a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
And she was no stranger to the things because at first it was the booger sugar. She was on that
Mm-hmm.
back in the day.
Yeah.
I guess she worked through that and she that wasn't an issue anymore. But then we started to drink once we started having these issues with Serena and Kelvin and all of that stuff. So yes, he is trash baby. Yes, definitely caused a lot of trouble. And when her mother died, now you know what? I feel like either I missed it, but I don't remember them focusing too much on the mom. Do you remember them touching on the mother?
Remember her mother died when she was on the show still.
Hmm.
She talked about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
But in the
her and
documentary,
her
I feel
mom
like
was
they
real.
touched
Her
on
and her mom were really close. So you take all of that away from her almost at the same time. Her husband, her son, that, and then you had this traumatic experience happen.
it. Yeah,
You could have a mental breakdown,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then the drugs and the alcohol is not helping. Hey, Boston girl.
yeah. Say Boston girl. So yes, yeah, she stayed there because that's what it was saying. But because her husband was her partner, and so I don't think that she was gonna ever give that up unless a baby was produced. And when that happened, and that's just the way it went. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into. I have some slides so we can get into the people. Let's see, we can get into the people. All right. Where is Wendy, y'all? This was sad, y'all. And you know the part that really tore me up? The part that really, really, really tore me up was the Black China um that situation.
Mm,
And every time she would tear up when she would get emotional when she talked about or saw her son. Like her
mm,
son, it mean like her son is her heart. You see that every time her face lights up whenever she sees him. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like it was sad. And that smile that I think she had problems with her family because they was trying to hold her accountable. And a lot
mm,
of times when the family tried to look out for her and no, you can't drink, this is for the betterment of your health, she didn't like that. She
mm.
liked to have the yes people around her.
Yeah.
So, yes. Hey, Candy, Candy Love,
Hey,
and
Candy.
Monique. Hey. Yeah, so she liked to have yes people around her, and it showed. It really did. So we'll get into it. Now, the first part of the documentary,
This girl make me sick.
exactly. Go ahead, Bucci.
How you gonna? I just, I feel like this woman. She, and I think she's the person that put that seed, planted that seed in her head to go to California.
Yeah.
I think she did that.
Hmm.
I don't like what she did. I hope they get this. I hope they get Wendy away from this woman.
Oh yeah, she
Um,
was gone after the second part. I ain't see her no more. I ain't see her no more. For one, at first, she was mean to her. I was like, the way she was running that girl for that date and just acting the fool, like I was like, well, alcohol tends to get the your cognitives. I mean, sometimes how you hear about people being an angry drunk, and then
yeah,
so it feel like she had a little tinge of the angries or something like that. But it was just a mess. But I was feeling bad for her at first, and then all of a sudden it just kind of switched. I was like, oh. Oh, I don't really like her too much.
I don't like her. I don't like all three of the mother fathers that was with her.
Exactly. Exactly. Enablers, like we said, she needs the yes
But
people.
how you gonna sit here and say you think she's all right?
Right.
You know darn well she not in her right frame of mind.
I was like, oh no. Yes.
Yeah, I think she's fine. She'll be back on TV in no time. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where did these people come from?
Right. Right.
This ain't even her crew. Like when you know how when they used to show Wendy's show behind the scenes, do you remember the camera woman and her husband that worked there together? Well, her husband was a
Suzanne.
cameraman. And I guess she was giving her cues. I forgot. Suzanne, that's her name?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
white lady. Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, I ain't seen this lady around her, and it seemed like she had her well being at one time. To at least that's how it looked to us. But who knows? But yeah, this where this chick come from?
Yeah. Yeah. Vonnie Love, I'm telling you, at first I did feel a little tinge for her. I was like, the way Wendy was treating her, but then when I kept seeing
I
like
didn't.
something kept coming out, like you kept seeing her little true colors, like she was, I could be the manager, I can do this, and then she would say, Wendy knows how to control herself and trying to get to the bag and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like at this point they were just sitting there spending this woman money, going out to eat every meal, going out to eat to fancy restaurants, and just chilling. She had these big ass bottles of vodka sitting around the house. I was just like, it was just a lot. It was a lot. We'll talk
Yeah.
about the guardianship in a little while, but we was just trying to get into these shady characters for a second. And the next shady person, while we're talking about shady,
I
is
don't
Will.
I don't trust him either.
Now y'all know, excuse me, y'all. Y'all know Will is a jeweler. He was Wendy and Kelvin's jeweler. Now,
So I already see where this is going.
gotta
That's
go with
Kelvin's man. That's Kelvin's man, yo. Come on. He put his hand
exactly,
on his wife and they still ciphering the money to this dude. And he acting like he dead broke. Told the girl to go back home. They still taking this chick's money.
exactly. And that's why I was saying, like, when
Even
we
though the
start,
account is frozen,
exactly.
whatever money she is getting out the bank that she can get per month, they making sure they leech on
They
that
get
too.
what, yeah, absolutely.
I did
Absolutely.
not know that he was her jeweler.
Exactly.
How
And
the heck is this happening?
crazy. Crazy. And that's why
And they businesses is bad right now because we in a recession. Not that many people buying jewelry anymore. These mother fathers is setting up their own stores to have them flash robberies and all that stuff where they
ooh,
getting the insurance. So I
I
don't
can,
trust this dude.
yeah, I can definitely believe that. I can believe it. And yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like something just kind of felt shady with that whole thing. Like, even, we can't underestimate her son. We know she loves her son, but at the same time, Kevin Sr. is still his father. And those extravagant line items, $100,000 for Uber Eats, and I'm just like, I know he said when his mom wants to take care of him, he wants her to spend the money. That's why he had unlimited access to the American Express. She was fine with it, but at the same time, he still could have been looking out for his father at the end of the day. So when we say some funny business could be happening, and Wells Fargo antennas went up because things just look kind of
Or
off.
look, and this is
Yeah,
all speculation.
of course, of course, of course.
Or
What's going
if
on,
her
brother?
memory's jacked up,
Yes, yes.
don't you
And
think Kevin might circle back and act like everything is peaches and cream and get her to sign on a couple of checks? You
exactly
understand?
right.
You understand? Like, nah, we still together. What you talking about? I ain't had
Ooh,
no baby. What? You know what made me think that it's like that?
Mhm.
Because when she told Black China, I'm divorced, he has no money. It's like somebody had to keep telling her that for it to stop.
Mhm.
I think that's what caused the guardianship. I think he had a hand in that.
Yeah. Yeah, because even the sister said that she was going to take the class and do all of the things, and then next thing you know, they shut that down too. I was
Do
like,
you do you remember those rumors circulated that Wendy was helping him again?
say it again.
Do you remember when those rumors circulated about Wendy helping her ex-husband again?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I'm just,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't
I
be.
don't trust him.
I thought it
He
was a
gets
little bit more
everything he
sneaky and
deserves.
underhanded, like he was going through his son, or he could be going through this Will character.
Yeah, I
Like,
say both.
yeah. So yes, I wanna know when we start talking about. I really trust the sister, the niece, the dad. I'm a little questionable about the brother Tommy because we
Yup, me
know
too.
Tommy. He's like a little he a little hungry, like fame hungry, celebrity hungry. And I remember him at one time trying to exploit her some other kind of way. I don't remember the details, but he went and created a whole new YouTube page, like he was gonna be giving the updates on her and all this other stuff or whatever. So you know, her father is 92 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, wow. He
And they
buried his
wasting
wife,
precious time, these
right.
people.
He buried his wife, and now he has to watch his daughter
Mm-hmm.
just decline.
He was like, today's Wednesday. He know he's sharp too. You heard how he was? She was like, I'm supposed to be on TV Wednesday. And
Hmm.
he was like, today's Wednesday. And then she was like, it's like she was stuck. She ain't know what to say after that.
Right. Ooh. Kevin is getting permission to spend from his mentally incapacitated mother. Is that really permission? Listen, when you write, you write. When you write, you write. Hey, Daria. Hey, HEA. Hey,
But
Carolyn.
he's of age where he could be power of attorney.
Right. And they stripped that from him because I believe he had it at first.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
did.
yes. Now, what I want to know, let's speculate. Who do y'all think the guardianship, who who did that? That was somebody meddling hands. I mean, they said did they say that the bank kind of went for that
Yeah,
because
something
they
like
didn't think
that.
the
And
family was doing a good job because of what was going on financially in the account or something like that. I think they
who
pushed for it.
I don't like know offhand like that. I
Yeah,
know
he
yeah,
was spending
Kevin
way too
Jr.
much.
was spending too much money.
He
That's what
was absolutely.
he doesn't need to be a power of attorney. He spends frivolously.
Yeah, I mean they've been rich all his life. That's all he
Yeah,
knows. You know what
that's why I don't think it was like done out of malice.
I'm saying? Right.
I think he was like, my mother's sick. I'm gonna get her whatever she needs, whatever she needs. No, if you seen the pictures of her, how she looked when she left him, and how she looked when they started filming this thing, it's a drastic change.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, let me see. I have a picture when they were in when she was in Miami. That looked like the old Wendy that we used to know. This was like
Exactly.
you would see glimpses of her, and that's Wendy. Now, these other glimpses, not so much. You know what I'm saying?
Get him off the screen.
Just a mess. This is the particular part where she said she didn't want him to be the manager no more, right? And Kevin and the nephew came. And there was one other thing that happened that I didn't really care for them ordering wine at the table.
Yeah, that the
Um
brother made me mad with that.
yeah, I did
How
not
you gonna sit right next to her and drink? And
right.
then they got wine too.
Right. I was kind of side
So I
eye.
was like, what is that?
Yeah, because you know, I mean,
Like
you
you
know,
doing it right in front of an attic, and you like, oh no, you can't
exactly,
drink.
exactly.
Or the worst thing to say right now is you should be able to control yourself.
Right,
No,
right.
that's not what you do right now, because she's
Absolutely.
like really really bad right now.
Yeah, and she doesn't. She's not at the point where she has that self control. So definitely don't tempt her, especially. And then you saw what she said. I want a glass too,
Hmm.
and I was just like, ooh,
The father said something though to her brother
to the
to
brother.
tell him,
Right,
yeah.
right,
I
right.
don't trust him anyway because they was going back and forth on social media.
Exactly.
And that's when she was in her right frame of mind. Now he can't even, he was trying to clean it up, but it's like, yo, I'm looking at you crazy right now too. So
Exactly.
and I think it's probably was more than one hand taking stuff.
Right. Now listen to.
You know, she thought that was her husband.
Yes. Well, you know they do favor a little. Did you notice that?
Did you see how he looked at the father? Like, she don't even know who I am.
Right. Yes. Please watch the documentary. It's actually 4 episodes, 4 1 hour episodes. But
Mm-hmm.
they did two on Saturday night and they did two on Sunday night, but they're listed as like 1 hour episodes. But it was really good. I don't think I'll probably watch it again because, like I said, it was heartbreaking. And I just don't like seeing Wendy like this. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's uncomfortable for me to see anyone like in this state. It doesn't. It just doesn't feel
I
good.
was mad they was letting her walk around with them damn shorts on.
Right.
Like, what the heck, yo?
Yeah. But for me, I wait a minute. What questions did I have? I think I had a couple questions for you. Um, I already talked about that. Talked about Wells Fargo, the yes people. Oh, we talked about everything. Okay, but we still got some slides to get through. Let's see. Now, this right here, she came in and she was in good spirits. It felt like Wendy was here. And then once her niece started trying to hold her accountable, Wendy just kind of like, can you turn the TV up? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. Like I get into it with my aunt a lot because you know I feel like you solicit the advice, but then you don't want to hear what I gotta say or something, and then they get so defensive. I'm like, well, I thought you asked me, but I don't know. Sometimes people just, I guess, just don't want to hear what a person has to say and stuff like that, and especially if it doesn't align. And that's what I was saying. That's why I always felt like she chose New York over Miami because she can run amok. And
Oh yeah, she
she
was
just,
still in her addiction, and
yeah,
that's why she didn't go be by her family.
exactly, exactly, because she knew that there would be restrictions in place, and she couldn't deal with. I mean, she couldn't deal. She can't deal with the heartache, so she uses the alcohol as a coping mechanism to numb the pain and all of that stuff. So that is very, very unfortunate. But yeah, I did notice that she kind of shut her niece out when her niece was trying to tell her she was better than that, she's stronger than that. Come on, trying to get her kind of on the up and up and stuff. Yeah, like I said, she always, I think little Kevin is so handsome. He grew up to be such a handsome little boy or whatever.
Hmm.
But like I said, I always felt like she just kind of she lights up. She lights up every time she sees him and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it feels like he's having a hard time trying to process everything that's happening.
Hmm.
The biggest reveal for me is when he called it a alcohol induced dementia.
I agree. I think the way she was drinking, it brought it on
Yeah,
faster.
I agree. I agree. Yes, that's what I said. HEA. I'm trying to figure out, like, I, people just put these titles on themselves because honestly, Kelvin wasn't really a manager either, but he actually did some good for her career, for her and all that stuff. So I guess Will thought he could just jump in and do the same thing. But where your credentials at, sir? And just like Sean, the publicist, she tried to talk about she could be a manager too. I say, I'm gonna need y'all to hold y'all horses. Like, it was just a
That's
mess.
crazy to me.
It was just crazy. It was crazy.
She was just saying she could do anything, and it just seemed like that's somebody he brought in.
Right, right. Now, this part right here really broke my heart, y'all. Um,
Mm-hmm.
y'all know her and Black China have their back and forth, right? You know, like I said, Wendy will drag your ass on the show. She will drag you, and she'll throw them little shots out and stuff. And then next thing you know, I think Black China got on Instagram and told her she was crazy and all this other stuff. She's been on her show before. She's done the shows in particular. She did an appearance with her and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I felt like they kind of resolved their relationship. Black China has grown a tremendous amount, so she's not there anymore. So I guess there's no hard feelings or whatever. And
Right.
when she talked to her, and Wendy took her wig off, and baby, and do you see that hug, that embraced us at the end? Like, I feel like that is what Wendy is missing, that genuine love, feeling like someone loves her and is there for her and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but you don't want it. It seemed like you don't want it from your family.
Right, right. Because, like I said, Black China, she's in a different capacity. So she's sitting up there and she's just listening. She's listening. She's being supportive. She's not telling her what to do. She's not trying to control her. She's just there. And sometimes, if people could just be there for people,
Right.
it could do like a world of good for them, you know.
Hmm.
So, but I just think people just get so hung up on trying to change the person or trying to, I know it's all in do what's best for the person and their health and all that stuff, but you know, I don't know. I guess that's just how I feel.
Right.
You say you work in entertainment. It's not easy. It isn't. It is
Mm-mm.
not by any
This
stretch.
is really hard. This is really sad. Yeah, she didn't. That's what I don't understand. If you got these people around you, how the heck is no food in her fridge? But you running to get her a vape pen. They had their priorities not in order. Now, if her niece came there and saw everything was as normal, but she's just chilling on the couch because she's like kind of tired or whatever the case may be, it wouldn't have been a problem. But they know something's wrong. She's not acting like herself.
Right, right. And I didn't, Wendy, she's funny. She'll lift her wig up and take something out. Like, I don't think that she's that vain that she would never take off her wig. And, I don't think that that is the case. I think Wendy, right now, it's just raw Wendy right now. It's just like,
Yeah, she took it off and threw it on the floor.
and actually, she looked better without it because that old raggedy, ratty wig she had on, she might as well just wear regular hair.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was just it was so touching. Like, I'm telling you, I was like all the way broke down, like broke down.
Yeah.
But I just love to see her getting the embrace and the love and stuff, and how her, and then she's still kicking them feet up on people. Child, I'm like, Lord have mercy. Don't nobody want to see them feet.
Yeah, yeah, I understand she does probably feel judged
Yeah.
because they judged her about her weight and everything. And now you got the lymphedema. She gonna have people. I don't. That's hard because she had people talking about her on the internet and everything.
All I know, she was Gucci down, baby.
Hmm.
Gucci down. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that I don't think that the wig is a big thing for her right now. I think she's past that. You know what I'm saying? Right
Right.
here now. So, as you get older, you start to get a little bit more comfortable in yourself. You don't put on all these airs and shows and stuff like that or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, it was sad. Then she had to move out her, well, Did she have to move out? How did the moving out
She
work?
decided to move to California. I think that girl convinced her to move out that way.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry because she wasn't talking about that before, and then you drive her to these auditions and stuff. Y'all had a real problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't nobody pay me to think that Wendy still had all her faculties in order to do any kind of podcast show.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. We are at the point of no return with Wendy. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to call a thing a thing. She, she's not coming back from that. So I think one thing that they did her wrong. If you notice, when Ellen went off the air, do you know that Ellen, her YouTube page is still going, and they're showing old stuff, and it's getting hundreds and thousands of views and generating income. Do you see how they took Wendy off of YouTube? Took her off. They took her off of everything. They didn't give her a send off on her show. I just thought they did her so wrong with that whole
Yeah.
how her show ended, how they took like that could have been residual income for her
Mm-hmm.
in YouTube and stuff. The same thing.
But
Ellen,
I think they did it like that for a reason because if that show would have kept going in syndication, then that mother father would have been getting paid still. You
oh
understand?
yeah.
So it's like, you know what? All right, she probably was like, F it. Just take it all down.
Mm, okay. Yeah, I don't know why people are thinking that. I think and if she continues to drink the way she does, it's definitely gonna exacerbate everything, and she's definitely not going. And if you notice, she will always have these breakdowns and crying and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Alcohol is a depressant,
Yep.
so it makes you depressed. So I know, trust me, I know. I be sitting up here like, why am I so upset and stuff like that? And I can't get out of funk, girl, because you was just drinking last night. You just had too many glasses of wine. That's why you sad. Like she woke up and she's just like bawling her eyes out. Will is like, what's going on? Like a lot of the stuff, like even though we feel like it numbs the pain, but you wake up to the same pain. You know what I'm saying? You can't like and then she's always eating out. I feel like the Uber Eats is a thing, so I guess she's doing the same thing. If they not out of the restaurant, she getting it delivered. But I honestly don't even think Wendy is barely eating, y'all. You see how
No, she
skinny
wasn't eating.
you
She's just
see how
drinking alcohol.
yeah. So she would have
And
these
she was a foodie. Remember how she used to talk about how much
right,
she liked food?
right, always licking her lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to love having those little foodie segments on her show and all that stuff or whatever. But yeah, it is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. This is not the Wendy that we know anymore, y'all. It's really, 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 yeah. No drinking alone. That's one thing too. Yeah. Let's see. What you think about the new information that's coming out about the Guardian? The person has been under investigation. Y'all, have y'all watched that movie called I Care a Lot on
Yeah, that's what I think they doing to her.
that's
They just milking this thing.
that's exactly what
And
is
he was
going on.
part of it too. Like, yo, it's just like it's like soon as her husband, she got rid of her husband, the vultures came.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, be that as it may, he did protect her at to a certain extent. I don't know if he just thought that this wasn't going to happen to him. It couldn't happen to him. She wasn't going to leave him. He thought he was set. I don't. I honestly don't know what kept. And then I'm like, I want to do that thing that Miss Silly do to Mister until you do right by everything you I'm telling you, nothing is going to go right for that man. He done already lost his
Mm-mm.
house. He ain't got insurance. Child, my whole thing is like you as a man, you an able-bodied man. Just because Wendy money has dried up and is kind of set aside and you don't have access to it no more. What the hell is wrong with you going out and getting a job like anybody else?
You know?
You too good to work. I'm like, listen, now that's karma for your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin, now that's karma. Now this, I felt like Wendy was doing her job, and I'm just, like I said, it could, she could have did a little better, but you can't never please everybody. So there's that.
Yeah, I saw that Boston girl. They said as soon as she would get off the TV show, she would come home and go straight to her room with a bottle and wouldn't come out till it's early in the morning.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah,
So she was basically at one time a functional alcoholic.
exactly. Entitlement. Yep. He
Hmm.
entitled to a woman paying for his other family, his side family. Girl,
That's
if
crazy.
you don't get the hell up out of
He,
here,
he was like, "Look, we gonna split up, but I'm gonna still manage you." Really?
a mess, a
That's what he thought. He thought it was really gonna be like that. And you're gonna give me my money.
mess. Right,
And you're gonna take care of my lifestyle.
right. And I just love seeing the pictures, like just seeing the old Wendy, the light in her eye, and now
Hmm.
it's just all but dim. Um, she has that thyroid thing, so that's why her eyes bulge the way
Right.
they do. So she just kind of looks like a shell of herself now. And I know
Yes.
that got to be hard for her son to,
Heck yeah.
look at her like that and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, I thought, like I said, Shiesty, we gotta keep our good eye on him.
Yeah, definitely.
And so look at Tommy, and then I'm about to show you a picture of Kelvin. No, he don't kind of look like him.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No, he don't
He like twice his size, thick and all of that.
look right, right. Put a hex on his ass.
I put a spell on you.
Oh my god. But yeah, y'all, it wasn't much that I really wanted to cover. Like I said, it's not a blow by blow. Just really felt like we were compelled to, because at first, that very first documentary was the highlight, the highlight of her life, her getting her star, her,
Yeah.
the rise of her success of her show, going from the radio and all that other stuff. And we got the movie too, right? We got the movie one day, and then we kind of had like a little documentary the next day or something.
Hmm.
So
Well, the movie was from last, the 3 years ago.
right, right. But yeah, y'all, it's sad.
I just look at the brother kind of side eye too.
Yeah, yeah. I like her niece. Her niece, God, you saw how she had a visceral reaction to Sean, the publicist.
Yeah, cause you trying to hug me. I don't know you. How
Exactly.
you don't got no food in here for my aunt? And she
Exactly.
was really trying to refrain from not getting like that with her. That's why she was like, you know what? It's best that you don't. She don't sit her next to me. I don't want to film with her. None of that.
Right.
Because I don't want this to turn into a love and hip hop moment. That's what basically she. That's what I got from it.
That's what she said, basically. That's exactly what she said. But y'all, it's also let
She
me
would have eaten her behind like Chrissy. How Chrissy. I'll take it back to there. That's when I was looking at it.
they said that the headline reads that the producers of the docuseries says that no one would have rolled a camera if they knew she had dementia. Um,
Yeah, right.
let me see. They said they are responding to the backlash about the project being exploitative. Um, they said ultimately we stuck with the truth of our journey as filmmakers. There are a lot of times that well, not a lot of times, but we've seen several times in the documentary where Wendy wasn't in the best mental and they would take the cameras down. So
Hmm.
I don't feel like they were trying to be exploitative. I think that they were just trying to honestly give us a peek into what is going on. Wendy consented when she
Yeah.
was, she was there. She could have said, "Get them cameras out of my face." Like I said,
Hmm.
she consented, and it's just what it is. Now, y'all, I want to know for you: do you think that this was a cry from the family? about the guardianship to see if they can. You remember how they did like Britney Spears?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make enough
Yes.
noise and show it for what it is so that they can try to get some kind of help to rally behind to get this guardianship off of her.
Yes, I
I,
do.
I think so too. Yes, yes, Boston girl. I agree. And I think that that's a part of this whole document, the purpose of this documentary. Um, I I don't know exactly what Wendy's angle is about it, but I'm sure that the family. I love that every time we saw her go with the family, she looked healthier. She looked
Right.
better.
Yeah,
So
and she
that's
had a little regimen and everything in a routine.
exactly that's
And
a
and
testament
I
in
think
and of itself.
they was making sure she stayed away from alcohol. So yeah.
Right, right. Yeah. So the guardianship is up for review this year. Great, great. Hey, EJ.
Hey, EJ.
Hey, boo. Yes, we're just talking about Wendy Williams. I want y'all to
Mhm.
chime in about everything. We are pretty much finished talking about the documentary. We're just, reading some comments and, getting everyone's take on it and stuff like that. So,
Right.
yeah. So, yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. We can Anything else before we wrap it on up? Because I know Moochie has to get ready for High Town tonight and
At
start.
9, High Town. So come join us
Yes, yes.
and we'll get into it. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing a trailer breakdown. We're gonna be making some predictions, Boston girl. All right, because we're gonna look at the trailer and break it down. So come back at 9:05. Come
Yeah.
to my channel. Thank you,
All right.
Em.
Okay, y'all. So I guess that's about it. I went through the comments and everything. I'm gonna put in the card our first coverage of the first documentary in the movie.
Cool.
Put in the cards. So and put it in link it in the comments. Pin it in the
Hmm.
So let me make sure.
I know that went back and looked at that video. That's when I was filming in my living room. I didn't even have my little get up yet.
Okay, I see 14 people took the poll,
Okay.
and
Oh, I didn't know you had a poll.
oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
you closed it out already?
I sure did.
Oh
That was the
damn.
first thing I just closed it so I can get the results. Um,
What was the question? Hold on.
do you think this documentary was exploitative?
Oh yeah, I did answer the question.
Yeah,
I don't think it was. I think she knew what she was doing.
I agree.
I think I think how some people have their moments of clarity.
Yeah,
When she had her moments of clarity,
mhm,
and they probably was just feeding her alcohol to me. And if she's an addict, sometimes you can't resist.
right, right,
All right.
right. So 14% said no, and 85%, which was the majority, said yes. I think it could be a little exploitative, but I don't think so. I just think it's the real. And yeah, and like
But
we
okay,
said,
so she fulfilled her contract. Do you think it was Lifetime that came to her and told her that she
oh
was
yeah,
own?
because because I
So,
think she
she
made
probably
a
had
deal.
no choice. So she said, "All right, this is what we're gonna do."
Right. Yeah, I think
She
she
made a
did a deal
decision.
with
I
Lifetime.
know it might look crazy to Lifetime, or Lifetime might look crazy, but that was a cry for help, y'all, and everybody heard it. You see how we talking about it?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully she gets the help that she needs and have the people that love her around her.
Right. Right. Yes. It was so funny. She said she laughed so hard when she was trying to get on the boat and she was yelling at the guy to pull it close. It was so funny. She was like, closer, closer.
I was laughing when she was like, "Leave it there, leave it there." She- I said, "That's why I was like, y'all can't even." You know how when you laugh and stuff and you feel bad,
Exactly. Exactly. It was funny though. It was funny.
like when you know darn well you shouldn't be laughing.
Right, right. Oh,
I was
long
like,
live.
she is not playing. She was yelling at them.
I think she had a good run. Um, the closest person to come to where she is now is probably Tasha K.
Oh, yeah, they were saying that about her earlier.
Uh-huh.
So okay, so let me ask you this: do you think we'll see her on TV?
I think so.
Wow,
I think so.
wow.
I do. I do. I do. But do y'all watch the Sherry Show?
No,
No. I think
I
I
didn't
may
like the way
set
that
up
was
this year.
gotten.
Huh?
I don't like the way they did that.
Exactly. That's
And
what I
then you
think
trying to be
I'm gonna
Wendy, but you want to be everybody's friend, so you're not even going to really dish the gossip like that. So why even touch the topics?
do. Right. Right. Yeah. So I didn't like the way they did it. I love Sherry Shepherd, but I just never got into the show because of how it came about. If that makes sense.
Right.
Is it good? I only watch little clips if she interviews someone that I just want to see. So I think that's kind of like
Yeah, that's how I've watched it.
yeah,
I haven't. I was trying to watch it in the beginning, but then I was like, it's like she bit everything off of Wendy. Where I was just like, I wasn't feeling it. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. You don't want to see, child. Don't know. A lot of people don't want to see her on no TV, but she might. She might. She might.
Hmm.
But all right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the review me and Moochie gave you guys. We've been in here for 51 minutes. We had like 40 something people in the chat, so hopefully the likes will match. And yeah, so make sure you come back and join Moochie at 9 p.m. for High Town, y'all.
Yeah.
Later.